So from there it will go for component did mount. Okay, so this is the phase, this is the first phase. At very first point of time here only the constructor will be executed here, only the constructor will be executed. So here if I see, yeah, constructor will be executed. This is about mounting phase. Coming for the second phase. Okay, second phase, like it is like mounting phase. The first phase it is like initialization phase, where the variables are initialized and properties are initialized, and also props are initialized, and also state is initialized, and everything. And also the first function which is getting triggered is like constructor will be triggered at very first point of time. And the second one, and the second phase is like mounting phase. In mounting phase what will happen, component will mount. Component will mount will tell like component is, I mean, yet to be mounted. Okay, and render, where this where you will be finding the return value of your HTML or the div tags and all. And after that component did mount. Component did mount, it will tell like component has been mounted. Okay, component has been mounted, it will tell. Yeah, yeah, one second. And this is about the second phase. And coming for this updation phase. Updation phase. So in this phase what will happen is like, suppose if I have some state, that state will undergo like, if it is like should component update. Okay, if it is if the component is, I mean, getting update, right, then it will follow like the state and the particular I mean, if it is available, if the state is available, and it will go for component did, so it will update, component will update. Okay, and one more thing is like render, and it will go for component did update. Okay, did update. So component will update, render, component did update. So this is the second cycle, I mean third phase. I mean, in the third phase component will update, and component render, and then component did update will happen. These three will be happening. And coming for the fourth phase of the component life cycle, we have to unmount this component from the application. So at that point of time, we have to go for component will unmount. Okay, so this is about unmounting phase. Unmounting phase, here we have to use like component. There is a method known as component will unmount. So this is the one which will unmount the component for your application. Okay, so these three are these four are main phases of your React life cycle. So when any component have to undergo these phases at a very first point of time, when there is an life cycle method or something you are you are hitting. So at very first point of time constructor will be heated, and then component will mount, and component did mount, render, and then component did mount will be heated. So for example, here I am giving component will mount. Okay, I think yeah. So yeah, I will show you the view. about how this view is happening. So we'll have some idea about what is why it is triggering, how it is triggering. One second. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So this is about in this I have done a I have created one component which is known as life cycles. Okay, in this component I have taken first of all one constructor. So in this constructor, first I just initialized one. I just took one log here, which is going to log like the first triggered. The function in your React component is constructor only. After that only component will mount will be installed. After that component will mount will be triggered. Okay. After that component will mount will be triggered and component did mount. Next is like component did mount will be triggered and component did update and component finally component unmount. So these are the general phases of component life cycle. And in between we are having one more thing is that is known as should component update. This should component update, it will come in the updation phase. It will tell to the component, do I need to update? Do I need to update the component or not? So where it will come is, it will come prior to this. Okay. Should component update. Once the component is, yet to update, this phase will come. So in this phase, if I am passing the properties, if I am passing the properties, those properties will be taken to the component. This props.text, whatever I am having here, that will be passed to this component. But again, this is just a component alone. But coming for this, so, index.js, there, as usual, I have written the app component to the, I am routing to root. And also in app.js, I am taking here two things. One is like the button which will be toggle the life cycles. So then in this case, the first one, once I click on this button, it will go and change the state of the it will go and change the state of this show child. Show child is an particular state what I took at first at very first, and this show child will become false on clicking on this. So by that what will happen? My life cycle methods will be executed one after the other. I can able to to trigger those components right. So we have to click on some event. So for that I have chosen this event. So in this second button, what I have done is I have taken like button on click this dot set state, and here I am going to update the state text. Okay, state text at very first initial point. I took the state text as empty. Now I am going to update the text. Now I am going to update the text. And here, what is the thing is, if the particular state is like true, earlier this show child is true. Earlier it is like for true. If I click on this button, the state will be false. Okay. If it is false, it should not do anything. If it is true, it should go and execute this life cycles life cycles component. So this life cycle component, whatever we are having here, that trigger will come here and it will get this it will show these properties. Whatever the properties it is having, it will show. So the expectation from the front end is the two buttons should be there. Once I click on the button, once I once I click on that button, so it should execute those lifecycle methods. If I click on the update, so this will be the update text. If I click on the update, that will go and update the particular state, the state text. So which is there inside here as a text actually. This dot props dot text. So whatever this props dot text is there, so that will be updated from this. Whatever the value we are giving here. Suppose if we are giving some other value hello, so that will be updated in this component and it will render us. So let us see the view once again. I think I have to share totally. Yeah. Yeah, this one is the one. See here, this is the view actually. This is the view. Like this view at very first point of time, I will be finding like component is just dotted, but coming for the life cycle methods, if I click on this life cycle methods, so I will clear this. So component will mount, okay, and if I click on this update, 1 second, okay. See, at very first point of time, I will be finding like this constructor and component will mount, and it will go for render, okay. And it will go for render, and it will go for component did mount. There we are finding all these phases like component, first constructor, and component will mount, and component did mount, and finally this component update. This component update, whatever we are having here, that's that will be triggered, means before this life cycle measure. We have to click 1 second. Yeah, this component did mount will be executed after this. I mean, once we are clicking on this toggle life cycle. If not, means if we are clicking on this update text, what will happen is it will go and get the properties of the particular component. So it will come here and it will get these properties, where this property is located. So these props are located here in this life cycle. Okay, so what is this updated property I am going to get here? This dot state dot text. Okay, so that will be, that will be coming here, and the component did update will happen. Unless until we are updating the component did update cycle method, it won't get execute. Only the component did update only will get executed. Only this one will be executed, but not the updated one. The updated sorry, no, this one component did one will be executed, but not component did update. Component did update will be executed only after if we are doing any operation, or if you are doing any click or something. At that point of time only this component did update will be executed, and finally it will undergo the component will mount phase. In between we will be getting this component should update once you click on this update text button. Once you click on this update text button, then only you this component should component update will be executed, and the props will be we will get the props here. So here there is a logic you have to understand, like how you are getting this props there. See, it will come here, and first it will come here in the app.js. It will give it will take here this component lifecycle, but for this component lifecycle, there is one component there is one property known as text. So how can you recognize this text as a properties in here? Okay, I mean in the subcomponent, how can it recognize? By default, it is having this behavior. Okay, the this dot props means the properties of this life cycle component. This dot props means the properties of this component. So what is this component? Life cycle component. Okay, this life cycle component, it will check if are there any properties are there, and it will check like that particular property is available here. Okay, so what is this assigned to? It is assigned to the this dot state dot text. So this dot state dot text is the one which will update the text. Okay, which will update the text. So likewise we are getting the hello here. We are getting this hello not from the app component. We are we are going to get from the, you know, here should component update. In the should component update only, this update will be happening, and that particular component, text will be coming for this app.js. That's the flow actually. Props is used in a global way. Suppose to communicate to one component to other component. Suppose here I have this dot state dot text. Okay, so this is state is a local element. So this is applicable always to this current local object. But coming for this, when I am assigning to a text, what will happen is this text is defined as a property, as a property of which property? Of this life cycles. Of this life cycles, this text is defined as a property, and it will check if I am giving this dot props dot text. So it will go and get this particular this dot state dot text, and it will get that value to the UI. That's how it is actually. Yeah. Can I repeat one more time?
Yeah,
You want total flow or you want?
total.
Okay. So here the first method which is executed is like constructor. Constructor will be executed for every React component at very first point of time. The second method which is executed is component will mount. Will mount will be second method will be which will get executed. So till this stage, the component won't get won't be mounted. Mounted means it is not placed in the DOM. It is still yet to place. Okay, it is still yet to place. And now in this after this component will mount, the next phase is like render phase. Here it will come here and it will execute the render. If you see here, this after this component will mount, the render will be executed. Okay, so immediately after this component will mount, the next it won't execute all of this. It will execute only render, and it will fetch this all these return values to this render. Okay, whatever this HTML tags are there, those are will be fetched to the render method. Okay, it will be available to the render now. So this is about the third phase. Okay, third life cycle method. And then what will happen after that? Component did mount will happen. In this component did mount, so the component will be here. Once this component did mount has happened, that means the component is available for your DOM. The component is available for your DOM. What is meant by available for DOM? Means the component is mounted in the DOM. The component is mounted in the DOM. Okay. Now up to that you are clear, right? First this constructor phase, and after this component will mount, and component and render, and component did mount. Yeah, up to this you are clear, right? Yeah. So this see before you are doing any changes to the component, or before you want to add something to the component, you can able to add them in the for variable declaration. You can able to do that here in the constructor only. This component will mount before that. If you want to do some action, you can able to do here. And I mean before this, I mean this return should coming. Okay, this render method, the third phase is this render method. So in this render method, it will get all the HTML tags. It will return all these HTML tags to this render method, and here all those I mean all these div component whatever I have created here, right? They will be available to the render. They will be available to the render. Now after this render, what will happen? Your component should be mounted to the DOM. So the next page is like component did mount. So the most of the times the component did mount will is used for the some API calls or some manipulations, and also API calls, manipulations, or some kind of JSON you are reading. So for all these different purposes, this did component I mean did mount will be used. I mean did mount will be used. Both in these both cases also we can use here as in did in this, in this did mount, uh, we have to in generalized way, the in the did mount only we have to use any JSON reading. And also I will tell you the JSON reading, how to read a JSON in the next class. Okay, but you just remember like component did mount is used for the some kind of I mean it is preferred to use the component Axios calls or post call, I mean get call or put call in the component did mount phase only. Okay, and because after this only the component is available. Before that component won't be available. It is just, it has to fetch that all the document object model, and finally it has to come to this component did mount phase. Okay, so then only the we can able to access that data. Otherwise that data won't be available for us. Okay, so up to that only we up to that we have four phases. One is like constructor, one is like component will mount, one is like render, and component did mount. So this all these four will be executed once you refresh your browser itself. Once you refresh the browser itself, it will go and fetch all the div elements, and it will mount it in the DOM. That will happen at very first initial point of time. So after this, what will happen is like, suppose if you want to update the component. Okay, if you want to update that component, it will go and update that particular text. Suppose here I have given a text, so that text it will update the component. Okay, this should component update is a one of the lifecycle method which will update your component, which will get the particular text value, or which will get the information about your what is going to change. So what is going to change, it will be available here. We should declare here in the should component update. We should declare in the should component update. And finally it will go for component did update, means component has been updated, and it will go for component has been updated state. And finally it will come for the component unmount. Okay, it will collapse that component on its own. Okay, it means it won't make like the component is available unless until it is called one more time. If somebody is called the same component, so then it will be executed, else it won't be so it won't undergo these phases again. So that by this what will happen is you are temporarily taking out the buffer time or RAM usage of that component. Once you keep the component in the DOM, what will happen? Some RAM memory is used. So once you unmounted that component, the obviously if you are not using that component means so suppose if you are unmounting that particular component means you are not going to use the RAM storage, RAM input output access. Okay, so in that case, this I mean so whatever the necessary components are there, they will be loaded at very first point of time, else we won't be finding any loading of the component. That's the thing. So yeah. Okay, so coming for here, see, coming for this app.jsx, so it will take two things here. The first thing is like I mean this logic is like first if I click on the button, it will toggle the life cycle methods without updating the component. I am not going to update anything in the component. I am going to update. I am going to unmount the component from whatever the case it is. So in this, what I did is I have done like this dot set state, and here I have taken like show child value. I have given the show child value at very first point of time true. Okay, I am making it as false. That's it. I am not going to use anything there, just to trigger, just to unmount that value, to show you that I can able to unmount that particular value. I am going to use that trigger method. So for now you forget about this one. Okay, for now you just only concentrate on this. In this button, if I click on this button, the DOM will be I mean not updating anything. We are not going to update anything in the DOM. We are going to I mean we are going to use the particular button, and for just for clicking on it, that's it. It is only read only operation. Okay, so once I see here, if you see at very first point of time, I will find first one is like constructor method, second one is like will mount method, and third one is like render, and uh, fourth one is like component did mount. All these four are at very first point of time, they have been I mean loaded. Okay, now if I click on this toggle life cycles, okay, it is just a read only process. It is just it has been updated the state only. Okay, at that point of time the component will mount will be executed. Okay, we are not going to update anything in the component. We are just going to read that component, and we are just updating the state which is not belong to here, which is not belong to the DOM, right? Yeah. Now if I click on this update text from here, see, so from this update text what will happen is like you can able to update this particular state. I am going to update the state with some text value. Earlier I have taken this text value as some spaces, but coming for here I am going to update the text value with some hello value. Okay, I am going to update the text with the hello value. Now now the thing is where I am able to see this means, see at very first point of time, this is this dot state dot child, whatever we have clicked here, right? That is false. That is if I click on this on click, it is false. If it is false, the null value is returned, right? So if it is true, okay, if it is true, this button will be executed. I mean this life cycle method will be executed. Life cycle component will be executed. This is an XOR statement. This is an XOR statement. So now now if it is true, it will go and execute this particular component. So what this component is having is so it is having some life cycle method, and also this dot props dot text. And if it is executed, or if it is updated, if it is updated, it should go and update this particular component. How it knows like it is going to get updated? It will come to know by the method whatever we are passing here. I am going to update this particular lifecycle method with text equal to this dot state dot text. In this sense only, it will go and hit this component. Should component update. So in this should component update, it will get that value of this hello. It will get that particular value of this hello. Okay, and it will be returned. So now, see, I will show you here. Okay, so here, see, first should component update, the text whatever I am getting here is like the props. This next props is the one which will be defaultly having the properties. What is the property? Means here whatever this dot state dot text is there na, that is my property value. Your property key is actually text, but what is the assigned value for this? The assigned value is local value for this app component. What is your local value here? This hello. Okay, yeah, so this hello, whatever it is there, that will be taken, called here in this next props. This next props is a predefined keyword. It is not belong to like I have updated it. Okay, it is a predefined keyword where it will capture the property of your component. If you ask like what is my property of my component, means this one is the property of your component, this text. Okay, so this text is the one which will be which I am going to get here. Okay, so now the props is having the value hello, and that text, this props dot text is the one which will be displayed to, to my front end. That is like hello, this one hello. That's how it will update. And finally, if I click on this toggle, it will unmount the uh, total component. That's how it is.